downtown house.
I don't need it for Xbox Live streaming.
Yeah, you do.
What?
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. If you want to look halfway decent, you do.
Huh? If you want what?
If you want to look halfway decent, you do.
It looks fine through the Xbox Live app.
Not really.
I'll give you
$1. Got you $1. TCRS is here quickly. He's like a speed demon. Speed fucking demon. What's up, Nathan? Boo 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 boo. Hamza, what's up? Mark, what's up? Marky Mark. Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch. How we doing, Robert? You put some shit up. Too much stuff in front of me. What's up, Q-Tech? Alright, so first phone today is a easy one, luckily. Also, after this stream, I think I'll do a quick stream on one of the products I've been using today that I really like. And I'm going to recommend, if you all want one, to get one. Because it is very good. I need to clean it up. I got it all dirty. I got a new board holder that was sent in from Union Repair for me to review, and I really like it. It does a great job. And it is faster than what I normally use. So it has been very helpful. Yeah, it's a good buy. What's up, Matthew? Assad, what's going on? I'm gonna do a TriStar again. Yeah, actually I can do that one. If I can't get it the last time, I'm just gonna give up on it. I'm gonna try it a little different this time. I'm gonna go ahead and make my jumpers for the 2 bastard pads, and then go back and do the rest of them. I'm also gonna pre-tin my IC with lead instead of the lead free, because lead free doesn't seem to want to bond very well. But anyway, I'm gonna do a review on this board holder a little bit later. It's like any other your typical board holders, but the big positive to this one is the speed at which you can work with it. So normally with the old school board holder, like, I have to undo the set screw, slide it back. We'll make this the main view real quick. Yeah, this one's dirty, by the way. You have to slide it back and then slide this forward and then tighten it down and make sure everything's good. With this one though, we can take a board and let's do this S6. So I'm gonna be doing the same thing later, so it's gonna be a boring video, I guess. But normally, if you don't know what size your board is, you gotta put it in here, then you gotta slide this thing forward, then tighten it down. And then my problem is this thing always slips on me, so it, like, you can pull it back even though it's supposed to be set in place. But this board holder, it holds it pretty well, and then you release it and you can take it out. This one, however, you take it, you can sit it down, you don't have to really hold it. You can kind of position it where you want it. So if we wanted to work on this side, we'll sit it there, and then all you have to do, this has a locking mechanism, so you just push it forward and then it's locked in place.
Oh, you're doing reviews.
So I like that feature a lot. As you can see, it holds it just as tight as the other ones, and then once you want to release it, it's just got a button you push and you can slide it back and take it out. So we'll do a full review on this one, kind of show you the ins and outs of it a little bit later. That's kind of a brief overview of what I'm going to do anyway. I don't have a link for it yet. I'm going to see what Union Repair wants to do as far as linking. A lot of these things are coming directly from them, so I'll try to get links directly to their website for these items. That way you all can check them out. But I really like them. No, it's at Union Repair. mark. Yep, getting repair. I bought quite a few tools from them already, and the stuff they sent in, we slowly started unpacking and testing a few of them. Some of them may not be as useful as others, but so far, that one has been helpful. Oh, this one's been done by Pipe Force at one time.
Pipe Force.
And then repaired by somebody else.
Me. No.
So this iPhone 6 came to me this morning. Well, afternoon, I guess. It came in, supposedly the LCD stopped working on it. Did a quick test on it. They said they tested both LCDs on a different phone and they worked. This phone, it would not work. So we did a quick test and realized that the backlight's not working. We can see image on the screen, but there is no backlight. Most likely based on the fact that the phone was brought in for a suspected bad LCD. That means that the backlight had already gone out. They put a new screen on it, didn't fix it, blah, blah, blah. That's where we end up being.
Yellow light, no boot.
Look that up.
Well, I'm going to open it first and look at it. Probably just need some ECU for a second.
Alright, so first things first, we're going to check our backlight filter, which normally fails on the 6S. It doesn't fail often on the 6. Here you go, Micah. So let's check that out.
How may I help you?
I suspect there's going to be a short. Well, not always is there a short, but usually there's a short on this line. No, filter's good.
What do you mean connection issue? What's the phone doing exactly? What's the phone doing exactly?
There's no shorts. And the filter's good, but I suspect we'll have a cap somewhere back in here. Actually, I can see there's a solder ball.
Okay,
there's a couple solder balls
we can look at it
right here
if
next
it's
to these
stuck in DFU mode, it is a problem.
I2C lines.
It could be the NAND chip failed or something. But
Let's go ahead and see if we can take this apart. If anybody has any iPhone 6S boards that they have for parts and they don't want, let me know. I'm looking to buy some.
Okay.
I've run out of 64 gig NANDs. All I have is 16 gig NANDs left. And I'm trying to find some parts boards for some random connectors too, so.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you have any 32 or 64 gig? I think they only came in 64 and 128.
In Atlanta. Okay, yeah, I mean, it's definitely something we can look at, and we can probably get a repair on. Just mail it in to us with a
Alright, let's see.
Of what's going on with the phone.
I don't see any signs.
Do you have our mailing address?
The diode looks a little dark, but
Okay, alright, then yeah, just mail it in with a detailed description. We'll get on it.
let's check for long screw. Ooh, there's a long screw. So that might be why we have no backlight.
Yep, East Main Avenue. Yep, that's right. Bowling Green, Kentucky.
We have center long screw. We got bottom left long screw. Let's see if they're spongy at all.
We like to get them out as fast as we can. It'd probably be like maybe.
What is it?
It's iPhone 6S with it sounds like a short on the board. Not charging. It goes into DFU mode.
Okay, just tell them it could be 1 to 5 days.
Yeah,
just depends on how busy it is. Alright,
Yeah.
so let's test for some shorts here.
Yeah, just do a detailed description. Turnaround time would probably be 1 to
Any
5
update on the
days.
Galaxy S6 chip removal recovery? Nah, nothing yet.
No, we don't do a diagnostic fee. If we don't fix it, then other than shipping, there's no charge to you. Okay, and we'll give you a call or send you a quote once we do figure out what the issue is.
This would help if I metered the right connector.
Not a problem, sir. Alright, bye.
Okay, so we have continuity through. I'll let you know, Nate. I'm trying to get everything. It's been a big setback with the reader not working and then having to try to scramble to remove everything and ship it off and get them done. It's really kind of pissed me off that all the money put into it and there's been no progress with it. Alright, so far we don't have any shorts. Let's check this diode. It looks like shit. Doesn't look burned, but it does look brown. Okay, so we're passing that direction. Okay, so it seems like the seems like this might be a bad diode. Shrimply? What's up, man? Alright, so let's see here. This should be connected through the coil. It is. So we can test here. Makes it a little easier to tell. Yeah, so I'm getting voltage passed through the diode both directions, it seems. So I'm going to go ahead and just pop that diode out and put in a new one. Need to get a NAND adapter. Tag wires.
Glad to see you guys are still here.
Uh-huh.
What can we do for you?
Upload my cell phone.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So you got the information.
Yeah. You got all your information now?
Yeah, I do.
Alright.
Here, just put it in there. Just have her hand you this sheet.
Okay.
You can set it up there and then I can restore it.
What did you need? Was it my
It's just your
Don Mott's email? I think it was. And then there was the, I don't know if you needed the Apple ID or not.
Yeah. But yeah, I'll need it. Actually, if you want, I can barely make out the
Probably
handwriting.
my writing, Alright.
Yeah, hold on, Nate.
Oh, alright, I put in the password. The Apple ID is the name of the person, is that?
That's the email you would have used.
Yeah.
The email
It has it up there, but it's like almost all blanked out.
Oh, alright. Activation lock
set up later. Just get it all the way through set up.
Okay.
Once it's through set up, I can just restore it.
For the Apple ID or for the DJ Mott?
For
No,
that one,
that
yeah, you
is.
just need the password for that one.
For DJ Mott, okay. Alright.
Apple ID password incorrect.
We just changed his ID. But didn't you put in the old one?
Huh?
We
Yeah,
just
try.
changed it.
You can try that.
Okay.
Alright, Chris.
Alright, take about 15-20 minutes.
Okay, I'll just sit here.
Okay.
Alrighty. Let's see if it'll see my phone now. Yeah, it's still not working.
What?
Still not working.
Why not?
I don't know. It's hardware problem, I guess. You tell me, Michael. Come on, Micah, tell me why it's not working. I'd love to know. Yeah, cut the red line. I don't know. Let me see if chat's ever seen this. Let's test this again. 0.15, that looks correct. Still doesn't look right. Let's see if we have backlight. Don't think we will. Turn off, find my iPhone. Give her a passcode. Give her.
No, I'll get it. Just their passcode.
Yeah, I gotta turn off, find my iPhone.
Huh?
I have to turn off on my iPhone to do it. What? That's not the passcode for the iCloud, dude.
Oh, well, you said passcode. I thought you
No.
meant password.
iCloud. That's why I said I have to turn off on my iPhone.
You need something for me besides that?
Yeah.
The code for what?
He'll just have you write it down.
Just get you write down the password to the iCloud.
The one we used to sign in.
It was the one I used to sign into
The phone just a second ago.
The one you just used not too long ago.
Mm-hmm.
Henry Chris, thanks for your videos, nice job, and hello from Australia.
Thank you. Connectors.
Now that's the
What's
iCloud
that?
thing. That's a capital
Okay.
D and a capital J.
Okay.
And before I think I gave you the email address for DJ Mod. But actually it's not.
So dead short on the board now. Okay.
We have too many passwords.
Everybody does.
Everyone does.
And my husband's and mine are on the same thing. But he's got his name in for the iMac.
Yeah.
And then I have my name in for my iPhone, of course. I don't know. It's just confusing. I never know what password.
Q-tips. Let's see here. Is that a 6 or B? Do you know, Micah?
What is it?
Is that a 6 or a B?
It'd be
B. It's not the right password.
try the 6 then.
Can you read my writing? It's
Is that B?
capital D, capital J,
Mm-hmm.
B, J,
4312. Yeah, it's not taking that one. That's the one you just put in.
That's the one I just put in. Capital D, B, small case BJ, and then 43129.
It's not taking it. So for the DJ Mott address, that's the password.
Yeah, well, it's the old password. The new one is just Don Frank 1315.
Any caps?
Oh, no caps. But that
Frank?
one just went in this afternoon. Before this thing was uploaded. And who knows what it was back to wherever you put it from. But you know, it's my cell phone. I would think it would go in with hotjan@yahoo.com.
It's whatever address that you put on there for the iCloud information. So this is the address and stuff it's asking me for right now. I have to turn it off to restore it. Let's see if iTunes will see it. Restore backup. Okay, we'll let it run.
It's running?
Yep. Alright, so now, let's see. It's still there. So, with that diode on, custom housing at GPS. I saw that stream this morning. It made me laugh. Justice got to start streaming earlier. I can't ever see any of them anymore. It's crazy some of the stuff you get in. Dr. Jones, Dr. Jones. Gotta do some surgery on my cables here. Falling apart on me, Micah.
Cables.
Yeah, my little tester cables. One day somebody will come out with ones that don't fall apart. See if I can hold these without losing them. Have you looked up what the orange light means?
Yeah, it's hardware failure.
Okay. Try reseating the CPU socket and all that stuff.
No, I was trying to avoid it if I could.
Are these going completely kaput on me or what?
BNC, how may I help you?
Almost. It's time to order a new set.
What was it again? Which phone was it?
Okay, so here's our issue. This one I thought was a bad diode, but it's actually a issue with, looks like the driver IC. So when I put the new diode on, it was giving me a dead short to ground.
Okay, I got their board
Copper
release
extract.
last night, and I think he's still working.
What is it?
The iPhone
6S Plus?
Yeah.
So far, no luck. I'm gonna have,
Oh, it's the one that we doing NAND on.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
tell him I'm gonna have to try to find a NAND chip
He's
that'll
gotta
fit
try
it
to find a NAND chip. We didn't have one on hand that was
big enough.
big enough.
We only have 16 gigs. His is
Yeah,
64.
we only have 16 gigs and it needs to be bigger for your phone to work.
Alright, so I gotta pull this out of the frame.
Okay. All right, we'll give you a call soon. What is it now? I'm not too sure. I think he's going to try to source a NAND today. I can give you a call back maybe later on today or tomorrow and let you know if he's able to source one. Okay? Not a problem. All right, bye.
This is a first. I don't think I've ever seen a backlight where the IC has failed and is causing a short. Let's see here. Or just destroy the coil. iPhone X. It's dumb. Dumb. Doing the bulldozer technique here. It's always the coil. It's not the coil this time. Coil's gotta go though, so we can get access in here easier. Okay. Pull our driver now. Participants will be related to touch disease pre-existing condition. Have anyone else seen after touch IC repair won't make calls connected data, everything shows it's connected working, but every error. Need to subscribe? Sure your SIM card's active? Could be a SIM card. The SIM card's not connected or active. Okay. Diode on here first.
I got it open right now and I'm looking at it. I'm not having any luck with it so far yet,
So,
alright, will do. Bye-bye.
Trying to figure out what's going on here. So as soon as I put a diode on here, it causes this system to overheat, but there's no shorts. Now there's a short. Okay, so our backlight driver is probably shorted out. Or one of our caps is now. That's odd. Before it wasn't shorted, now it is. I don't think it's the driver though. I think it's one of the caps. Let's see. Let's see here. It doesn't look like it did any good. Same old results. No, ma'am. Go ahead and sign back into your iCloud stuff there for iTunes. seem like it did any good. So you don't know what's anything.
Verification failed. Oh, it worked before. I can't get this to go in.
It should be the same password as before.
That's what I thought, so I put it in and it didn't take it. Make sure honor 8 is turned on in range. What is that?
That was me trying to connect it to my phone.
Oh,
But it would, like, I could click on it, but it wouldn't connect. If you click the little eye
it
icon, you
says
can remove
honor
it.
8 not connected.
Yep. And then when you
Oh.
click it, it says not in range. That's what it was doing before, and it's still doing it now. So it's got to be something wrong with the board. I'm not sure what would cause that. Like I said, usually when Bluetooth stops working, Wi-Fi stops working. But the Wi-Fi is working. The Bluetooth will connect, but it won't transfer any data. So I'm not sure what would cause that.
Okay, but it's not taking my it's not taking my Apple ID.
I'm not sure what the password would be.
Two-factor authentication. What's that?
That's the new thing from Apple. If you want to make your account more secure, you can add. It has to send a text to a phone number.
So I can ignore that.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd ignore it.
It makes it harder to work with, honestly.
Now this BNC connection is for the Wi-Fi.
That's the Wi-Fi.
Okay. And took it, but no, it's still going on.
I wrote my phone in the other week because I messed up trying to change out the charger port.
Okay.
And you guys replaced the screen and the home button for me.
Okay.
It's hard to use the home button.
I
It
think
seems
it's
like it's
taken
way
this
off to the left.
because it's not coming
Popping up. It may.
Does it like almost never respond like that?
It never responds when you hit the middle, that's for sure. I usually have to try going off to the left
No,
with
I
it.
think it's accepted.
Let me take
Okay.
a look at it.
So does that mean it's done?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. Unfortunately, I don't think it fixed the problem, though.
Do you have any ideas about that?
The only thing I could say at this point is honestly take it back to Apple and see if there's anything they can do. Chances are they're going to offer you just an out of warranty exchange cost, which is like $300 something or $200 something. Do you have insurance through AT&T?
No, we don't have insurance, so I guess I'd just go without the Bluetooth. If the rest
Yeah.
of it is all okay.
Yeah, it seems like everything else is fine.
Well, I hated that you did all that work.
Oh, it's fine. If you have any other issues, hopefully we can help you out with them. That's no problem. Well, that's part of my job. I have to do this. I have to be patient with everything I do every day.
But you don't repair that here, you just, because you said to take it to an Apple store.
We repair a lot of stuff, but it's the reason I say take it to Apple is because it's a really odd situation.
Oh.
Like I said, normally when Bluetooth doesn't work, the Wi-Fi will not work either. Your Wi-Fi is working, and the Bluetooth turns on, and Bluetooth can be paired to other devices, but for some reason it will not transfer any data. And I've never seen that before.
Sounds like something that would happen to my phone.
When you said the Bluetooth wasn't working, I was like, well, I was thinking to myself, well, Wi-Fi probably won't work either, but your Wi-Fi is working, so that doesn't make any sense. Alright, sorry about that. You have a good day. This one's turning into a nightmare too. Oh, this one's becoming one. Well, it started out as no backlight. I couldn't find a short.
The one that was brought in here today?
Yeah, couldn't find a short, so I replaced the diode because the diode looked burned. After replacing the diode, it developed a high amperage draw, not a dead short though. So I thought maybe the driver IC was faulty. So I replaced the driver IC, and then I had a dead short, and that turned out to be one of the backlight output caps was bad, even though I measured it in diode reading earlier and it was reading 0.5, which is normal. So then it started reading faulty. Now it acts like it's booting, but I have no image.
Are you getting back?
And it has signs of long screw
Finally,
damage.
or-
No, I'm getting nothing. It has signs of long screw, so chances are it's got long screw damage too. It's the trifecta. The trifecta of phones. Simply the best. Bam, 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 bam. We'll give it one more shot and see if it'll boot up. Yeah, now it won't even boot. Just sits there, and I know that there's no way the CPU got hot. It's not acting like there's a short. It's just acting like it didn't want to boot. Good screen. Yeah, the screen worked when it came in. Well, now it shows charging logo. Whatever. So backlight's working now. And it says it's charging.
Get backlight in image.
Yeah, and it says it's charging.
Magic.
Magic, indeed. Let's see what the amp meter says. If it's actually charging.
Oh, me
Potato salad for 400. Let's see, what's it pull? Yep, it's pulling an amp.
Nice.
Okay, whatever. As long as it's working.
Did you mess with anything down around the long screw?
No, I just made sure I didn't have any shorts around the backlight. Now it's got backlight and it's working. Yeah, whatever.
Let's just remember for the best around.
What?
For the best around.
Nothing's ever gonna get you down.
Try this and see if this works.
What'd you do?
Just
We should have
position the home button. I'm gonna. If
we
this
should have more
doesn't work,
buttons
then
now, I think.
Huh?
I think we should have more buttons.
Yeah. If not, then I'm gonna swap out the button. I think this one might just be.
Good. Gouda. Gouda cheese. Ah. There's flux all over me.
You don't want to do first?
Flux. All over my shirt. Alex is in the house. Alex. Kara says she's not worth a fire and then has to share herself. Paperwork and says something on the floor. Kill me.
What's your passcode?
9641.
Man, what?
So I'm gonna swap out this one down. It's not working.
Okay, swap out the home button.
Just want to do that.
Should swap out that home button, Micah.
Swap out real good.
If I was you, I'd swap out that home button.
Chris, if I was you, I'd swap out that whole button. More subs. Thanks for the job. Hello from Australia.
Cano. Hard Life Cano. Huh?
A whole bunch of iPhone.
Should be with the 6 Plus. It should say 6 Plus on it, doesn't it?
No, 5S.
What are you talking about?
Buttons?
Oh, it's a 5S?
Yeah.
Oh. I don't know if we have any of those or not.
Things, you don't even know what kind of phone.
Sometimes you should die. Oh my
I know we
god.
got 5S like
Probably not.
that. Huh?
Probably not. We don't see them very often anymore.
I've got one around here, so.
In your bag of tricks.
These are old brackets.
Here's the bag. I don't think I saw any in it.
Oh, yeah, another bag too. What's this? What's this? That's a 6. Oh, here we go.
It's gonna be the hard part, finding one that's the right color.
I honestly don't care about the color.
You don't care about the color?
No. I mean, how that started out as a white phone, it's got a black front to it now.
Oh, okay. Well, now it's going to be a Panda.
Panda phone. Panda phone.
Panda phone.
Panda.
Phone.
Phone.
I got a Panda.
Alright, let's not do any more long screw damage here. Let's put the right screws back in the right holes. Let's see, this is the bottom man. I got mixed up screws everywhere in here. The wrong ones in the wrong spots. I'm sure it was. He's lucky he didn't cause any more damage to it. That would have been even worse.
Uber bad.
Uber. Uber doo dooba. Alright. Let that one charge. Charge your arm. plus Touch IC, which might be screen. We'll find out.
What?
So this one's either a faulty chip or screen because we've already done the jumper on this one. This one doesn't get any flashing bar, just like ghost touches. Or stops touching altogether. Could be Mason is bad.
I was gonna say, wait, what about, what model is that?
6 Plus.
What about Cumulus?
No. Doubt it. Cumulus wouldn't cause ghost touching. Mason can. Mason's the input chip. Cumulus is the processing chip. Takes the information and turns it into whatever the CPU needs to see. We'll check the quality of the screen that's on here and see if it's original or not. Touch has dead spots in it really badly. No, it's barely working at all. I'm gonna try screen for sure. Screen.
There we go. Oh, touch. Not touch, but unbutton.
It's gotta be a chip. It's really sporadic. WK.
Yeah, it should have been on. Oh, really? Just
Battery down.
no, it's still on.
So of course that's what I'm touching.
All right. Oh, I thought you told it all. Yep. Yeah, right. There you go, man.
Thank you.
Not a problem.
Alright. Stumped by an issue. Check out Chris's video for detailed explanations. Thank Amy. Oh, my head's hurting right now. Probably for the lack of food today. It's alright though. We had a sandwich this morning. So this one is one I did touch IC on already. Yep, go figure. So again, I hate the chips that have the large writing. Let me switch it over so you all can see what I'm talking about. Only returns I've ever had with Touch IC are the ones with larger writing, and it's always due to like glitchy ass touch or no touch at all. And sure enough, this is one with larger writing on it. So if we compare that to the ones with smaller writing, the ones I prefer. Have you ordered those screens yet, Micah?
No,
I need to order
yeah.
them. If you compare these are a different revision of these chips. If you look at the writing on them, which it's hard to see because it's pretty faint on those. Let me see if I can turn it
You might just
to where you
order
can
them
see it.
from mobile.
Yep.
Alright.
We need 6+ white, don't we? And 6 white. Well, you all can't really see it, but the writing
6
on
white,
these is
6+
extremely
white.
small
We
compared
have
to
one,
those.
What about 7 aftermarket screens?
How many do we have of what?
We got plenty of everything on 7 pluses except for the black aftermarket. We don't have any of those.
Or black 7s.
Aftermarket, yeah.
Okay, order 2 of them.
2 of them. Apple.
How many OEMs do we have?
OEMs. 2 black, 3 white.
Okay.
S, we only have 1 white screen.
Okay, order. Get the count up to 3 each color.
So do you have 3 each on every color?
No, 3 each on the 5S.
Okay.
We don't see a whole lot of them.
Okay, well then yeah, we just need 2 white then.
Alright. So these new chips are I believe they're lead-free reballs, but they melt a little lower temperature than the lead-free. So I'm not totally sure, but we'll just place this one down. So let's see our backlight, no backlight iPhone 6 phone. As you can see, now has backlight and is on, so that's good. Glad that one's fixed. Let's place this IC down, and we need to cover our Wi-Fi module and everything else.
We're doing premium quality on 6s.
Yes. premiums on everything except that
for that
aftermarket one.
Okay, gotcha. Alright, dog.
Okay, so we'll let that heat up the flux some, let it cool. Alright, so we're just going to heat this until we see it kind of sit down into place. And then we will nudge it. Okay, so there it's starting to move. Okay. Should have been liquid. This facial recognition things are just going to cause the people to start chopping off people's heads. Like, I want this information.
They don't have premium.
It's working.
White 6
It's getting in. It's kind of morbid, but that's what I thought of when I saw that. What?
They don't have premium white 6 pluses.
Okay. Then just don't order those. We'll get those from the other place.
Okay.
Actually, just get the note screens. Don't order the iPhone screens. We'll get those from LCD1. You'll have to order the iPhone 7 aftermarket from
Okay, yeah, I'll
Mobile
leave that,
Centrals.
I'll leave that one on there. I'll just leave the 7 on here.
There's an IR sensor to sense blood flow. That's easy. You just hook up a little circulating machine. Boom, problem solved.
What the hell? Took the note screens off of here. They're not on here.
Put them back.
I'm gonna. Damn.
Blood time too. What? Alright, so let's give this thing the old booty and see how touch is doing now and see if the voltage looks correct. If it doesn't look correct, we'll know right away. Looks normal. So the voltage on boot up is a specific voltage if you don't have issues. Hey, my camera's loose again. Sweet. Tighten up, piece of shit. There we go. So let's switch it over. I don't understand why anybody's hyped up over the new iPhone. It's just stupid to me. Okay, so touch is working.
All right. We'll give you a call when it's ready,
Screen's
all right?
getting crazy dark because the brightness is turned all the way down. So let's test it here. Go to each corner.
Alright, so 2 7 aftermarkets and 2 no files. See, check out.
Alright, so with our screen it seems okay. Before we had a dead spot sort of towards the middle of the screen. When I saw the new iPhone, I was thinking to myself,
Look
it's
at that,
it's
Samsung
amazing.
Galaxy S8.
Yeah, this S8 S8 iPhone.
Yep.
The thing that really got me was the fact that Apple was trying to play up all these things as being better when they knew that the facial recognition thing was just a cover up for the fact that they couldn't get the Touch ID to work through the OLED like Samsung was trying to do. Samsung failed at it. iPhone picked up the idea, tried to make it work, didn't work either. So they ended up having to scramble at the end to kind of figure out what they were going to do to replace it since they didn't have a home button. So facial recognition was just a fallback, I guess. Honestly, nobody picks up their phone and is like,
I'm gonna stare.
alright, it's unlocked, got it. Nobody does this.
What shipping do we want on these?
So,
Ground?
no.
2 day?
Yeah.
2 day?
Yeah. So I thought that was just kind of stupid. The voltage, as I see when touch is correct, when you first hit the power button, it should go to about 80 milliamps, and then it'll jump to about 110, 120 milliamps, and then it should jump up to about 250, 270 milliamps, and then it'll proceed up from there. When Mason is placed incorrectly and you have a short under it, normally what will happen is as soon as you hit the power button, it'll go 80 milliamps and then jump to 600 milliamps.
Payment that's saved in here.
PayPal.
Okay.
So if you have a short under Mason, it'll jump up high amperage draw immediately. I'm gonna go ahead and turn off my hot air because if we do that TriStar, we won't need the hot air on. Yeah. As far as
Dave, I don't know if you brought over a touch. I see you could have done
yeah, if he brings it now, I can get it done in about an hour.
if you bring it now, he can get it done. Okay. No problem. Bye.
Yeah, it's just a really stupid idea, I think.
Stupid.
I really don't understand why I know a lot of people may not like it, but the fingerprint scanner on the back of the phone is such a comfortable place to put it. Why they don't put it in the Apple logo on the back? It doesn't make any sense to me why they won't do that. Like, that's a perfectly natural way you hold your phone. Like, when I hold my phone, my finger is right here where my fingerprint scanner is. Like, the Apple logo is like literally right in this area on the iPhone. Why don't you just put it right there? Like when you're holding the 6 Plus, look at there. I can just touch it.
Alright.
Touch, fingerprint scan, done.
Chris.
It doesn't even have to be clickable. This button on mine clicks, you can add functions to it, but the actual fingerprint scan, all I have to do is just place my finger on it. Look at that, you were like, oh god, I'm gonna drop my phone. Hey Micah, you hit my phone and I'll hit your phone. We'll see who falls out of their hand.
What? Mine's perfectly fine right there. I'm hitting it all day right now.
It's just, I mean, if they were going to get rid of the home button on the front, why not put it on the back?
I don't know.
Just a dumb thing to me. Okay, so we'll do a test of touch here. We don't have any dead spots across. The dead spot was right in this, like towards the center of the screen. Let's do the, well, see, it's doing the same thing now. I almost think that this is a screen problem. Yeah, see, I don't have any touch anymore. And I can press on the board and Touch IC doesn't start working. Let's see if I turn it off and turn it back on if it starts working. Now it's just randomly opening shit. Alright, let's try a new screen again. Because I have a feeling that this is a screen problem. I still don't like those chips, but...
Still don't like them. Still don't care for them.
I don't. I really don't care for them. I've had more problems out of them than anything else. Torture PCB time, yeah. So far, this one's torturing me. So we'll try with the other screen on. They implied that wireless charging is new. They implied a lot of things were new. Facial recognition is not new. Maybe the way that they're implementing it is with the how many points, but I could say, okay, Apple has 51 point recognition. I have 51. It's fucking new. Like, come on. Literally, your phone camera can do pretty good facial recognition. Perfect example is just look at Snapchat filters. It can overlay something on your face. Alright, so touch is working. Let's see what it does. Press on the board, tapping the crap out of it, it's still working. So I really think this has a screen problem too. Let's see if we can get it to replicate it. I want to make sure it is. I've seen some act weird, but yeah, I mean, I'm beating the shit out of the board and then touch still works, so pretty sure that was just a screen problem. BNC. Okay, I hung up. Works for me. I mean, there's some stuff that Apple is being kind of innovated in, like the augmented reality stuff. That's kind of cool. I mean, Samsung has had the Samsung Gear VR headset stuff too, but it does require a powerful processor to do that. So that's, and their processor is faster, although it only has 6 cores versus 8 cores. But it is faster core processing on the iPhone, so it is the fastest processor speed-wise. Doesn't mean that it does the computing faster because it doesn't have as many cores, but it does have the fastest processor. I think the watch is a cool idea. When I first heard about the Apple Watch, I was thinking to myself, well, I hope the Apple Watch is like a standalone unit by itself. So, like when you want to go somewhere and you don't want to take your phone, I was thinking, hey, it'd be awesome if you had cell options in here and just a Bluetooth headset and you're done. You've got a mobile device.
It would suck because you'd have to pay for 2 SIMs.
You don't have to pay for 2 SIMs.
Do you not? I thought you had to pay for 2 SIMs because it's got a built-in SIM.
Well, see, it's doing it again. It's just opening up shit on its own. So it's not a screen. What the fuck is going on here? I know my jumper is good. I checked it when I had it open. iPhone 6, Apple logo, boot looped in 4013. Probably NAND. So touch is working again normally. What the fuck is going on with this thing?
I don't know what's going on with this. It's getting power to the board. I've tried swapping RAM around different configurations.
Alright, I guess I'll just redo the entire Touch IC on this one. I'll redo the jumper and everything because it's still acting weird. I mean, I don't know what else it could be. I know the chip went down solid. Chris, what have you usually found is a good IC to replace when baseband, CPU, reball, and jumpers don't do shit? Your transceiver ICs, there's 2 of them. Okay, they're saying $10 for the Apple Watch for monthly service on it.
For monthly service, and
I mean, honestly, even if that's the case, who cares? I mean, I think that's still worth it.
what if you had to pay for 2 SIMs?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think you do, because it's got a built-in SIM. So
Yeah, the SIM's built onto the board. It has to be programmed.
You can't take yours out and put it in there or anything. So
No.
Yeah, but you said it's a $10 a month.
Well, that's what
added on to your current SIM.
Greg posted, that it says some carriers will have a $10 monthly charge.
Okay. I don't know. I'm gonna look into it whenever it comes out. But
I just think it was a good idea. Some of the cheapo Android watches.
Would be good, like, because if I come to work and I mean, I'd rather not have to carry around my big ass iPhone 7, or if I go out and do something, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it sucks to carry around a big ass phone.
Yeah. Where do you think the cheapest source of Touch ICs is? Direct from China, if you want to buy them. That's where we buy ours. Reball Cumulus. It could be cumulus. I don't like doing cumulus,
I
but
said cumulus.
it could be. You have to like their products or take it up the ass. Oh, yeah. It tends to be the Apple motto.
Hey there.
Hey, how are you?
Pretty good. Can I help you?
You guys ordered another one of those USB hubs for
Mhm.
me.
Right
Where's
there in
it?
that box.
This box here?
Yep.
How much does the man owe?
Whatever we paid for it.
I paid $4 for the last one.
Yeah, it's the same one. What? How many ports was it?
Gosh, I think it was 6 and then a power port. I had Ruth send actually a picture of it.
Okay.
so
It
she
should
knew
be
what
the
to
same
order.
one. Though.
Okay.
Open
Show it
up.
to me and I'll.
You got a knife or something?
You got any more of those laptops in like I bought?
No. Haven't seen any of those.
Is that something that you get routinely, or did I just get lucky?
Did you get the really thin one or did you get the bigger
Yeah.
one?
I got the really thin one that had like, the hard drive wasn't very big, like
Okay.
178 gig, but it was
Yeah.
solid state.
We got
Yeah,
one more.
I think we have one more.
I think it was. I think I paid you.
Use this back.
I paid you less because it was some kind of discount or something. Or maybe it was Christmas time or something.
Yeah.
That's it right there.
The
So
same
what-
one?
Yeah, that's it right there.
Oh, okay.
What do those normally run?
I can't remember what we were doing on it at the time.
I paid you $2 or $2.20 or something.
Yeah, normally we put. I think we have them at $250, but
$2.50.
I could match that price again.
What's your last name?
Garriott, Garriott, either John or Ruth.
Let's see.
It's reflow cumulus too. Let's see. Cumulus shouldn't need to be rebowled here.
I think it was $40. I'm trying to set my home office and my road office up now because I like it. So I'm carrying a 39-inch monitor on the road, and I bought a 49-inch monitor for home. Start bringing stuff back and forth.
So he's just paying what we pay plus tax?
Yep.
Okay. That can be $32.85.
Well, now, guys, I paid more than that last time.
Yeah, that's what it shows up what we paid for.
May have dropped down.
Yeah.
No, that's fine. I mean, I'm not bitching about paying less, but I just want to be honest and fair.
No, you're right.
I know I paid $40. Would you rather have cash, or I could do 100, or I could do debit? What's easier? for
Either
you?
one's fine. Cash.
Sure you got enough bills in there? Cover
Yeah,
100?
so I can pay you.
Let me make sure.
I can
I'm
pay you
pretty
debit
sure we
if-
do, but let me
And
make
plus, if
sure.
it takes all your cash, I mean, I can pay you debit, whatever's better for you guys.
Let me make sure.
Save you the 3% or whatever.
Eyes are pretty low.
I think that square, Ruth went to that square because that got pretty cheap.
Ours is really cheap. I think we average about 1%.
I want to say she's somewhere in that neighborhood.
Yeah, we got.
People don't even want cash anymore. I'd rather deal in it.
Convenience factor, more or less.
I suppose. It just scares me if you don't have enough cash in your pocket when that, magnetic
where
strip
that-
fails.
yeah.
Or the government decides I'm an anarchist. Hey, congratulations, I suppose.
Thank you, thank you.
6, 5, 7, and 15.
Slowly making arrangements. Slowly making arrangements, getting everything set up.
That's good. We just had 2 grandbabies leave the house.
There you go.
We had them for 3 days. I just met. The oldest one's named after me, and they named the youngest one after my brother, who passed away about 5 years ago. So I got to meet my youngest grandson named Justin on my brother's birthday Monday. That was kind of the
That's pretty
fate
cool.
of the world. That was pretty
Yeah.
cool.
There you go.
All right, guys. I'll if you got one more of those computers, I'll talk to Ruth and see, because
Okay.
I may buy it as a backup. I may buy it for her.
We've got one ready to go, I think. So.
Yep.
Well, I've got all the word on it and everything like
Yep.
that,
Yes,
just
sir.
like the other one.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you, gentlemen.
No problem. You have a good one. Alright, so let's reflow this. Need to dry some more paste out. That stuff's a little wet. Why don't I wick the pads? Because it's not necessary. Not on those, at least. The pitching on this chip isn't that tight. There's not that many balls, so I don't worry about any type of bridging. The times I worry about is like PMIC and CPU and stuff like that. Those have a little tighter pitch, and there's a lot more balls that can get just intermingled with each other, so it's a little scary, I guess. Alright, so let's live video. Okay, so let's put down a little extra flux here. Put our chip in place. Cover our Wi-Fi back up there. Let's go ahead and reflow this. Actually, let me check this jumper just to make sure.
One of the flickering ones.
Oh yeah.
I haven't seen a lot of black ones do it.
What was that?
I usually see white ones do it.
You being racist against
Phone
the
race.
phones?
Well, girls put their phones in their back pockets more, and girls tend
It's
to
true.
have more white phones.
Very true.
True. True, I guess.
Okay, guys.
I'll let you know.
Micah,
What?
that hard drive goes
What's
to
that?
the
What's that?
HP
All
laptop.
right. I'll have to find where I put the backup, but I got it somewhere.
Alright, thank you. Because he keeps Snapchat messaging me.
Snapchat message.
Yeah. Alright.
Well, if you send me on Snapchat, I don't even want to know.
Nudies.
That searching These just haven't got to yet.
No, not yet.
No worries. I just wondered.
All right.
You want me to go ahead and pay you for that one?
No, you can pay when you pick it up.
Okay, sounds good, guys. Thank
See ya.
See ya.
Now let's go. Gotta stay dry.
Will do. Man, that chip is crooked. I don't like that at all. I don't think that's gonna work.
Put it on there, Chris.
I don't know why I'm doing that. I'm just gonna take the chip back off. I don't like it. What's up, Christopher?
Alright, just it burns.
Don't like that at all. Let's pull that back off. I don't like to keep putting heat in these boards though. It worries me. Alright, let's re-roll that chip again. Don't know if there's any way to retrieve data directly from a NAND chip off an iPhone. No, there's no way to do it. So the reason that there's no way to directly pull NAND data is because that data, you can dump the NAND. That's been done before, but it doesn't do you any good because the chip on there, all the data on the chip is encrypted in 256-bit encryption. Unless you have a supercomputer and lots of luck, you're not going to break that encryption. Unless it's just all zeros and that's the first thing it tries. Chances are that's not going to be the case though.
555 5555 555
So, Cellbrite, the company based out of Israel, the company that helped the FBI gain access to that phone that was used in San Bernardino, the way they did that is they actually imaged the NAND. They made a complete copy of the data, all the encrypted data, and imaged multiple NAND chips. And then used a brute force attack to enter in every possible combination code, and ended up finding the passcode for the screen lock.
They got lucky though, because they only
They did get lucky. They did get lucky.
They only had so many chances before the data was corrupt too.
And the NAND can be only flashed so many times, so every time they were flashing them, they would keep a copy of it because they would have to write it to a new NAND after so many flashes, because the NAND would actually the storage on the NAND itself would start to corrupt because it has so many times you can flash the actual data sectors before they fail.
Sure, your phone's just saved it.
So data, I wish it was possible because it would be awesome if we could pull directly from NAND, but it's just not, it's not possible. Yeah, 20 years would be about right on the supercomputer. Maybe even longer. I mean, you're talking about a chain of 256 individual numbers or letters, and they have to be the specific order or it won't work. I mean, it's a lot of possibilities there. It's crazy how strong that encryption is. The only possible way would be actually gaining access to the phone's key. If you could get access to the hardware key on the secure enclave, you could get through the NAND encryption immediately. But the secure enclave is stored internally on the CPU die, and getting that information off is obviously not easy, because if it was easier to do that, I think they would have done it.
Everyone would be doing it. If it's easy, everyone would be doing it.
Yeah, if it was easy, Like Micah's mom, everybody be doing it.
Like Chris's mom with her big grill, she loves to use. Everyone be doing it.
Micah, calm down.
Calm down, Chris.
Alright, that looked a lot better going into place. The S6 data stuff, I had to send my reader off to Taiwan. So I'm waiting for them to reply and tell me if it's bad or not.
Chinese, Japanese, dirty, look at these.
I'm hoping they write me back and say, oh, sorry, we found out that your reader has a problem and that's why all your data reads have ended up with nothing. And I'll be like, sweet, thanks, send it back to me so I can fix this.
So I could send a new one.
Alright, so let's look at this, see if it's level. Yeah, that looks good. Let's see if we fucked up the CPU somehow. That'd be my luck. Now we somehow would have a short.
Short on CPU.
That or backlight or something's fucked up. We'll find out here in a second. The NAND reader that I use, nothing happened to it. I use the NAND reader. Are you talking about the UFS reader? Alright, so voltages look normal. We have full backlight, so that's good. Let's see if touch works. I have a NAND reader for iPhones. I have two of them. I have one for 6S and 7s and everything down from there. The bottom of searching no service, if it's 6 pluses or 6s, it's usually a broken pad under baseband. I think it's like V1 or something like that. Did I disconnect the power? Oh, it rebooted itself, sweet. I love when it just randomly reboots. Ashes, they did, they found out something about it, but it still doesn't give you any good or any help. They haven't been able to do anything with it. The SMC is the same way. They've decrypted the SMC, but the problem with the SMC is you have to be able to decrypt it, and the only way to get decryption on those is if you have access to like the keys or something, and they haven't been able to get those since like iOS 7 or something, or 6. Not iOS, Mac OS. Alright, so touch is still fucking jumpy as shit. Yeah, see, it's glitching out right now for no fucking reason. Let me just hold it here and see what it does. Okay, so touch is completely stopped now on this one. Alright. So, our problem is persisting. We put on a new Mason, a reflowed Cumulus. Cumulus rarely ever fails on these. And if it does, it's usually a broken solder ball and you can refill them and it'll work. I really don't think that this is a Cumulus problem though, the way it's acting. It's acting like it's a Mason problem, but because it's doing like really fine intermittent touch loss, Cumulus Whenever touch goes out on Cumulus, it's like entire sections of the screen stop working. Like a finger width wide section of the screen will stop functioning. This one seems like it's really small. It's a fraction of that size, so it's got to be Mason related. Yeah, 2012 SMCs. Okay. Yeah, I watched a video where a guy showed how he decrypted the SMC firmware. He also showed how the SMC is used in multiple different devices. Yeah, see, I don't have touch at all now. Let me see which chip I can press on. Maybe get touch out of it. Screen shut off, so that kind of screws me. Okay. I'm not getting any touch response out of it. So let's redo the jumper. That's the only thing I can think left. I'm gonna cool this board off some. It's still a little warm. I don't want the board to keep heat soaking. Yeah, there's hope in something getting made out of this, but we'll see what happens. Mesa related? No, I don't think it's Mesa related. I'm still pretty confident this is a Mason problem, so let's redo the jumper. Ugh. About died. Frog in my throat. What machine do I use for 6S and 7 NAND programming? I'll have to show you it. I'm not sure the company's name offhand. I'll have to look. It's like MyJing or something like that. I mean, that reball is good. I mean, everybody's solid there. Let's switch camera back so y'all can see this. Alright, Mr. Jumper Wire. Here you gotta go. I use the Navi for the 6 series. The 6, 5S and all that stuff. Here's the one I use for 6S. It's MyJing or MyJing. M-I-J-I-N-G. This is what it looks like. The some complaint files. Yeah, we have all the complaint files. Jessa, you ever seen a touch IC that just doesn't want to be fixed? Because this one sure is fighting for that prize. I'm gonna go ahead and redo the whole process here. Where are the Q-tips at, Micah?
In your butt.
They're not there, I checked.
No, you didn't. What Q-tips you want? You want my Q-tips? Is that what you want?
No, we should have boxes of them.
Box stuff. Oh yeah, I actually got more each.
Yeah. I don't know where she put them. The only drawback to the 6S and 7 series stuff right now is I don't know exactly the details of it, but they don't know how to... Is it a new chip? Yes, it is. How's the local coil? I don't think it's the coil, based on the fact that we're getting touch, but it's just kind of sporadic. Like it'll work perfectly fine, then all of a sudden it'll get jumpy and then it'll just stop working altogether. And then it'll work fine again and same. Pressure doesn't seem to change it either.
These just until I find out what
These are the shitty ones, Micah.
good ones, Chris.
These are the shitty ones. These are shitty ones.
Chris.
Micah, these are shitty.
How shitty as your mom was last night.
Yep. Well, you gotta take her out to dinner, Micah. I wonder if people think that's your real life.
I hope so.
Alright, so redo on the old M1 jumper here. Clean up our area. Get rid of some of this crud. Okay. I'll check the coil if it keeps fucking up. Usually the coil is followed with some visuals on screen, but it would make sense since the coil is there to kind of clean up the voltage. Or the signal voltages. I think when I did this one the first time, I did multiple chips on it the first time, and then finally I got touch working properly with it, and it has come back to haunt me again. We'll swap the coil out then. I do have one that's a data recovery one. It came in with water damage. I got rid of all the shorts on the board. It had no image afterwards. Got image back. I had to replace chestnut. I did have some liquid damage around Cumulus and Mason. I went ahead and replaced both of them. I have no touch. I thought maybe that my placement was incorrect, so I replaced them again. Still no touch. I realized that I wasn't getting the 5V1 grape line. All the other voltages though from chestnut are there. I replaced chestnut again though to make sure. Still no grape voltage, so I'm kind of lost on that one. I'm not sure what the cause is there. Why there's no touch even with everything being new. I've had one like that before, and I talked to Mark about it, and Mark said he had one before and he just had to pull Cumulus and diode read every single connector and stuff, and he found some random resistor that was bad. I have a feeling that's what it's going to be. It's an iPhone 6. Normally iPhone 6s have Cumulus problems, but man, this jumper is shit. Let's redo that one again. This phone is just not cooperating. Check the little resistor dude near Cumulus. Okay. It's obvious to me that the issue is a data line problem, because I don't think Chestnut can choose not to make a voltage unless something's telling it not to. Which I believe that's CPU related, that tells it not to make a voltage. I thought I got it one time because the two caps next to it that are the internal voltage, like smoothing caps, I guess. At one point I got a little voltage on them, and then I checked Grape, but Grape was falling voltage, so I guess for a split second it came up and then went right back down. I just need to be able to touch trust. I just need to hit trust. Get it out. Let's see if we're right. Okay, hold on. Oh, let's see. It's right here in front of me. I've kept it here. I've left off the things that weren't needed. The audio IC and stuff, but which, let's see. Is it this one here? I think this was a cap that was corroded and got knocked off. Is it that resistor there? Actually, you can't see that. Right there. Let me check ZXW. I'm pretty sure the inside one is a cap though. Because if it wasn't, I would have put it back. I'm pretty sure. Let's see, Mr. ZXW. Server has been restarted. Wait for the server login. Frame Edge by Cumulus. Those all seem to be there. Doesn't mean they read correctly, but
Where's that S?
yeah, all those are tight. Huh? The Note 4? Frame, you have to cut the adhesive along the edge all the way around, and then the frame separates. It's all one piece on the inside. Alright, let's get ZXW opened up and look here. The 3 by Mason. Let's see. Yeah, they're good. You can push the whole board with them. Yeah, there's 2 resistors on the end of the trailer park here. The rest are caps, I think. Alright, ZXW is open up on 6. I want to see what these caps actually are, or filters, resistors are. So one of the resistors on the end is a 1V8 grape line that goes to the touch ice. So that's touch I2C lines, those 2 resistors on the end. They talk to Cumulus and Mason. The guy that's missing is a cap. It's Chestnut to PMU ADC N7. It doesn't feed Cumulus though. It just seems to go under Chestnut. Mechanical short. No, there's a bunch of grimy shit there though. That's all flux balls. Just chip that. Nice. Yeah, there's no solder there. It's just grimy ass flux. Yeah, this one's the only cap on that line. It goes directly under PMIC. It doesn't go anywhere else. It's connected to ground on one side, and it's a chestnut to PMU cap. It goes to 2 different points under the PMIC, and it also connects with chestnut on the outside edge. I'll switch you over, you can see it. There's the cap, there's where it runs under PMIC, and that's where it goes to chestnut. Okay. Well, I'll test that one out then. It was pretty corroded, that little cap was. This whole area was really shitty. See if we can tin up these pads here. The pad's pretty corroded. Trying to rub off the corrosion there.
Do the screws have to come out of the back of this, or?
Yes.
Okay.
I thought that was obvious.
Well, I thought you said like there's a fuse holding it in and it just all fell apart.
Yeah, I just made that tiny nick in Cumulus when I was checking that resistor. Yes, I put on a new Cumulus and new Mason. They're both new chips. I put 2 new ones on actually. I put the first one I pulled, and I thought maybe by chance that I had created a short. So I pulled it to check, and I went ahead and just put a new one on again. God, the micro tweezers just suck on heat. Can't fucking hold themselves up for shit. I have to find a parts board here in a second. Let me finish up the 6 Plus, and then I'll find a parts board and pop it on there. What did I do with it? It's over here. Yeah, PMU ADCN or something like that. It's Chestnut 2. There's the name. Let's see here. Chestnut to PMU ADCN. That goes up to Chestnut right here. Is where it goes. And then goes under PMIC. PMIC has been replaced on this one also, so. It had a few bad caps on it. Around it. We replaced some of those. I think that one was bad. Cap really wasn't necessary, but I just put it back anyway. But I'm fairly confident PMIC is correct though. Ground out that line and see what happens. Okay. On the 6 Plus? Okay. It's a good idea. Didn't think about that. It's kind of weird though. I'll check that line too for diode reading. It would be really odd. It's odd that they have that cap there. I guess there has to be some type of oscillation on that line, so it has to have something to filter it. Alright. You be attacking me. Yeah, I don't know what it does either. It looks to be a voltage line, but Chestnut pulls its own voltage though. That's what's weird. Maybe that's how Chestnut is. No, it couldn't be. It couldn't be how it's controlled. I don't understand how Chestnut can selectively output, I guess. Well, I guess with a transistor internally, but I wonder what the logic is on the chip to disable, to enable the actual screen and enable the backlight and everything else, but then tell it don't turn on touch. It just seems really weird. Alright. That should be cured. Let's reball our little buddy here that we just put on. Reball him again. Beep beep. Alright. Let's see, what's this one? S plus. Let's see which one his was. Have to look and see. Trying to keep up with a million things. See you, 3X. What beeped?
No idea.
Oh, your meter. Do you have your meter on?
Oh, yeah. No, it's off.
I know it's off now, but did you have it on?
Earlier, but it's off, like in the off position. It shouldn't have beeped.
Oh, I don't know, something beeped. Maybe it was mine. Could have been mine.
Could have been yours.
Alright, so let's check this out again. I got another touch I see I have to do before we go. Hopefully that one goes a lot smoother than this one and is a one-time shoot straight through. Nope, Mason's placed incorrectly. Voltage is wrong. Jumps up way high, which means we have a short under Mason. So let's lift Mason and then replace it. This thing just does not want to be fixed. These type of phones are the ones that just piss me off. Like something easy and simple and it just fights you the entire way. Doesn't really look bad under there. Okay. I don't think there's any type of internet server access shit that you have to do with those. You just have to download the software. What are you doing? You don't have to lift the whole screen. I said the frame comes away from the whole assembly once you cut the adhesive around the edges. Did you take all the screws out?
Yeah, all the screws
Let me
are out.
see it. Hope you didn't separate the OLED. You didn't. That's good. See, the frame comes out from it. I mean, I said that.
I know you said it, but I still wasn't working in the garage trying to get it done.
pull the motherboard on it. Alright, let's try this again. Let's see if this works. Did I ever finish the dead bug? No, I redid it off stream. And it had the same results, like it wouldn't respond properly. Alright, so we got the correct voltage now after replacing the chip back on the board. So if I can get a fucking proper camera angle. How can I not get over directly over this? Whatever. Let's see if we get touch. This thing's pissed me off. Okay, so we still have nothing at all. Oh, there we go. We had touch for a second. Now we have touch again. Yeah. Now touch is opening up random shit. Let's plug in our home button so we can unlock it and see what it's doing. Can't touch again. Let's see. Oh, disconnected the power. Alright, so I'm going to replace the coil above Mason. And I'm going to put this one to the back of the line here soon because it's really getting aggravating. Really quickly. Like, I know my fucking line is my jumper's correct. I know the chip works. Doesn't make any sense how touch just will work and then not work and then work and then not work. I just nudged Mason that time. That's good. Alright, let's go ahead and put some lead on there. The machine I ordered directly through a third-party Chinese retailer person, like the in-between people that help you out on Facebook. I ordered it directly from one of them. I got it within 3 days from China. The VIP programmer is a little sketchy. I've had some problems with them in the past, so I don't like to use them if I don't have to. I don't know who runs it, but I've had stuff not come in and they say it did. Alright, so we got a cumulus here. We'll snag the coil and I'll snag that little cap that I need for the other board off of this one. I don't have a link. Literally, I just contacted one of the Chinese resellers on Facebook. Mandy's a good one. There's another one that I use. Just gotta find one that you can work with and trust. Got too much solder on one pad here. And take our iron and kind of move some of that solder over by dumping it off onto the other pad. Okay, coil's on. Try replacing U2401. Are you talking about cumulus? I've never seen Cumulus cause this issue before. I can replace it, but I don't think that that's the issue. It'd be extremely odd if Cumulus was bad. Causing the issues it's causing, ghost touching and stuff. Q-Tech, I'll see if I can get the name of the lady that I talked to. Alright, it's booting up. Voltage looks okay. Can you take apart that 6 Plus that he brought in?
I already did.
Okay.
On the board?
Yep. And now we got a line on the screen, which is Mason short underneath it, most likely. Alright, so I'm going to put this one off the side. I got to take a break from it. It's going to drive me nuts. I got to pull Mason back off. It's fucked up. We'll do this other touch IC. Hopefully no problems out of it. This is for that kid for Sasha. Here's his paperwork, if you want to call him. Yeah. It's 125 on this one. Full backlight repair.
Seal it all up. I'm supposed to fall. Take them all up. Where's the phone go?
You have the same problem. It's right here. Here you go. Can you grab me a drink? I need something. Something to fucking cool off. No, it's not try start time yet. I got a few more to do. I got a touch IC to do, and then I'll dick around with that other one that has no touch, the data recovery one. We'll test it out and see what it does. All right, let's do our normal touch IC. I'm gonna grab a drink real quick. Because I need some. I gotta get some.
Hey, this is Mike at BNC. I was calling you back about the iPhone 6 no backlight. It's going to be 125. Yep. Alright. Yep.
It doesn't want it, I'll undo it.
Sorry.
What?
Let's see, we got to talk something about it.
Okay, I'll undo it real quick.
Hmm?
I said I'll undo it real quick.
Okay.
I'll make it not work with quickness. I don't know why he told me he wanted to get it fixed if he didn't want to pay the price to get it fixed. So annoying. Like, well, can you fix this? Yeah.
For free?
What kind of price range? 45 to 125. Okay, just let me know. Alright,
You let them know.
it's done. 125. Oh, let me see if they want to pay that. You should have fucking told me that in the first place. Reminds me of that one lady that came in and was like, I really want the data off this phone. I was like, okay, I'll get it off. I was like, depending on what it is, it was like probably be upwards of 150. And I told her, I was like, yeah, it'd be about $150 on the labor to get everything sorted out. And she's like, oh, I don't want to spend that much. I was like, okay. Well, then I guess you don't want your data. Ain't nobody else around here gonna do it. It cracks me up. People just, they want everything, but they don't want to pay anything for it. Ken is quiet. Yeah, she's back there sleeping. What did you miss? You've missed me. Well, I just dropped my.
Cranky.
Just dropped my Q-tip in my fucking cleaner bottle. You didn't miss that. You're here for that part. Fuck it. Staying in there. Staying in there. It's kind of annoying. I haven't had a problem with the Touch IC job in forever. Now we get one that gives us problems and it's an absolute nightmare. Alright, got our pad exposed, our V actually. Put our solder blob on it. Everybody wants things for free, that's true. That is true. We had a guy, we did a screen for him, and I mean, it sucks, I feel bad for him, but I don't know what he wants me to do. It was a G4, he brought it in, screen was busted on it, asked us to replace it, replaced it. How much was that, like 85, 90 bucks? Not crazy expensive, but not cheap. Has the phone, picks it up Friday, comes back in here on Tuesday. He's like, I was opening the door and I had my phone in my hand and I crushed it in between the doorknob and my hand and I broke the screen. I was like, okay. I was like, well, we can give you a discount since it's only been a few days. I was like, but I can't do it for free. He's like, well, I don't think it should have failed within 2 days. I was like, okay. I was like, are you saying that the screen was shitty and that's why it broke when you crushed it in between the doorknob and your hand? He's like, well, I'm just saying I don't think it should have broke. I'm like, okay, man. I was like, well, I'm sorry. I was like I said, I can offer you a discounted price. He's like, so I gotta pay for it again? I was like, yeah. I mean, I'm not paying for it. I didn't do it. No fibers? I think it's how you use your Q-tips. If you roll them, they don't tend to leave behind anything. Like when I use mine, if you watch Lewis, he does the same thing. If you press it and just roll it, it'll pick everything up as you go. These are just cheapos from Walmart. Yeah, tell me about it. People are fucking dumb sometimes. I mean, I expect that with a retail kind of situation, but it's just, it amazes me every time I see it. I'm just sitting there thinking to myself, I'm like, I don't understand what your argument is here. Like, we've always had the argument too. We heard it pop. Just like that lady today, Micah. Kind of made me laugh.
What lady?
About her notes. Saying that they got in the car and they heard a pop sound.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And her screen was broken. And they wouldn't do anything about it. Must have been their shitty products.
Yeah.
Nice Q-tip. Honestly, I think I charge too little for what we do here, but the market around here, if I went any higher, honestly, I don't think anybody would fucking get anything fixed. Around here, people are like, oh, well, my phone doesn't work. Can you get the data off? And like, yeah, for this price. Oh, well, don't worry about it. I'll do an insurance claim. I was like, okay, well, you won't get your data. Oh, that's fine. I don't really want it that much. Like, okay. Or they're like, how much to fix this? I'm like, we can do that for $125. Well, my insurance deductible is $150. I'll just do my insurance. I'm like, okay. Do your insurance then. Oh, did you expect it to be $2? It broke. I didn't touch it. It broke on its own. Yeah, we get that all the time. Breaks on its own all the time.
It's sitting on my table stand, and I will go.
Well, I noticed this morning that my screen protector on my phone is cracked at the bottom, and I guess it just happened on its own. I didn't do anything to it. It breaks. It's shitty. I'm sure I did something. I'm sure it was in my pocket. My keys hit it or something and broke it. But if it was any other customer, like, nah, nothing happened. It just broke. I'm still waiting for that lady to come back in. They told us she was going to give us a bad review.
Yeah, she won't come back.
On her son's phone that probably has liquid damage. That one lady is never going to come back for her iPhone 6 that she threatened to take me to court over. Even though I told her I had it ready. She didn't want to pick it up. It's been almost a year now. Actually, it probably has been a year now. There's money to be made insuring iPhone screens? Oh, what kind of money are you talking? Because most people pay a monthly charge that's on their phone bill, so they don't know what their insurance really costs them because it's out of sight, out of mind thing. And then when the deductible time comes around and they need to pay for it, they've been paying these $10 increments every month. And they probably paid $100. But if you lump sum that up front and say, well, we can insure your screen for $100, they'd be like, no, that's too much. Like, okay, well, you've been paying that much for the last year. It's hard to convince people to do that. I tried to get signed up with Square Trade, which does insurance, I think, on electronics and stuff. And I got, like, all my stuff filled out for them, but nobody wanted to buy it. Like, nobody would pay for it. It's almost like if it doesn't come from the carrier, nobody's interested. And Square Trade's actually a fairly good deal. They do lost and stolen replacement. They do water damage replacement. They do screen damage coverage. Like, they got a lot of really good options on there. You can insure anything from an iPhone, iPad, MacBook, iPods if you really want to. And you just pay a deductible and you send them the receipt and they reimburse you. I thought that would be enticing to customers to have an option where they could just take it anywhere they wanted, get the screen replaced and get reimbursed for it, but evidently not. I need a team selling it, I agree. I'm not a great salesman, I'll tell you that much.
He's not.
I'm not. I'm just more or less, hey, I can fix this. Do you want to get it done? No? Okay. Stop bugging me, I got shit to do.
I guess he's not gonna ever call back.
Who?
That one kid.
I don't know. He'll probably leave it here for days, weeks, and then he'll come in and be like, "Hey man, you remember that phone?"
No. What phone?
He doesn't want it done. Can you undo that? What's up, Anthony? Long time no see.
Literally.
We haven't seen you around stream in a while. Alright, so let's test this touch IC. It went pretty smooth. Chip was a little off center, but it centered itself pretty well. Didn't seem to have much problems. Hook up our power. Voltages look okay on the power supply, so let's see if we've got appropriate touch. Anthony, your iPads are an absolute nightmare, by the way. I got those readers in, put one of your iPads on there, and it wouldn't read the NAND. I had to pull it. We did get it restored, though, so it is unlocked now. It's just really annoying. Like, the whole purpose of the readers was so we didn't have to pull the NANDs. Alright, so... Well, why are you stopping? Maybe it's just the plastic in between my finger and the screen. That's what it seems like. Alright, so touch works all over the screen. That's good. Now touch has stopped working. What the fuck is going on here? Something is not right. Let me go try a different screen. 4th gen? Yes, 4th gen. What's up, Jim? Which power supply uses circuit specialist? It's in the description. Alright, I got a different supplier screen here. Let's test this one out. I tend to have good quality out of them. A bad batch of touch ICs? No, this is the one that came off the phone. I always reball. I've never had problems with them before. I mean, the voltages look correct. Let's see if it's just the screens, maybe. Maybe I got 2 fucked up screens. Okay, Anthony. The other one, I couldn't get touch working on it. The other iPad 4th gen. Maybe it's the fucking screen. Let's see. Let's do the drop touch test. Yeah, see, it's perfectly fine. Maybe it's that screen. That one was perfectly fine. Like, I could tap on the board, I could move it around. I pressed directly on the chips, no change. I wonder if that other one was perfectly fine. It was just both of those screens are fucked up. Here you go, Micah. That one's done.
Which one's that?
For David. Alright, let's go back to the Nightmare one real quick. I'm going to put a new Mason chip on it, since this one's been reballed twice now. I don't want to keep fucking putting the same chip back on, especially if the chip is causing issues. Yes, Anthony, we got in your box of fucked up iPads. We're going to go through those hopefully in the next couple days. I'm pretty much caught up on everything now. I've been doing a lot of iCloud unlock stuff lately, which is time consuming as hell. Okay, we'll throw this little guy in the trash can. Let's clean this up. Jim, do you do micro soldering? Or just interested in learning, or just like watching this kind of stuff? Or did you come here because you heard Micah drops things? Alright, so let's test is there a trick for power supplies to fully boot devices? No, there's no trick. You just supply 4.2 volts and turn them on. Micah, there's no trick to dropping stuff. We know. We've seen you do it many times. I appreciate it, Anthony. I've been a little stressed out lately. We got a lot of stuff to ship out, and Ashley hasn't been here, so it's been hard to stop doing what I'm doing to ship things. I gotta get stuff sent out. A lot of stuff has come into that's been like no fix stuff, and it's just been really it's aggravating to me with no fix stuff, because I really want to get it working, but there's stuff I just need to say, okay, it's too much, I need to send it back, and I hold on to it, and then people I'm sure get pissed off because I'm holding on to it, and the only reason I am holding on to it is because I want to get it going. You're here for the beards. It's a good place to come then.
It is.
I don't know. I need to change my personality as to how I work on things. I need to stop worrying that people are going to be not satisfied because I don't get things working or what, but it's not helping me stress-wise. Sitting here worrying about trying to get everything to work so people aren't upset about it. I prefer to stay stress-free. I just hope that the people that deal with me are not like dissatisfied with it. S6? No. The S6 I ordered the power chips, but there were none that I saw in the US. So international they were. I could have sworn I put enough flux on this thing to be pushing out by now, but evidently I didn't. No stress on eBay. Alright, let's refload. Yeah. I just it's a curse, I guess, to want to try to fix everything. I should have adopted Jessa's model. Just do data recovery and simple shit and don't deal with the rest. Although data recoveries can be stressful. I do wonder how many times Jessa has things that aren't recoverable. Although they specialize in that kind of stuff, so I'm sure they have a very good success rate. No, Micah's name is M-I-C-A-H. Mika. Mika. Okay. Yeah. Fuck you. Alright, so the voltage looks okay on boot. What the fuck is that? That screen's got some like pressure spots on the backlight. I think we might have some lines in the screen too. We'll see here in a second once it loads. Just named your new kitten, Micah? Well, touch is working. Yeah, touch is good all the way across. Alright, so it's working properly right now. I want you all to see this so we can see it. So we have touch all the way across. There's no dead spots. Let's use the assistive touch. We can go corner to corner. Doesn't lose the assistive touch. Alright, let's do the tap test. Alright, we still have touch. I'm going to do a direct press on the chip. Still have touch. So I would say that it's fixed. Well, let's try it with their screen. If this was a screen the entire time, I'm gonna be angry.
Get mad.
Fucking wasted time.
Get mad.
Get mad or get glad. Glad bags. If you're in the US, a company that I recommend for refurbished OEM screens only, for iPhones, LCD1, they're based out of Tennessee and China and New York, I think. I buy from the Tennessee branch. They have OEM refurbished screens, and I have a lot of good luck out of them. I hardly see any bad ones, and if I do, just send them back, they'll replace them. So if you're in the US, LCD1 is a good company. They also have an online store too, but if you can deal directly with the individual units, it's better than dealing with the Chinese conglomerate. At least in my experience. Yeah, I still use mobile centrics, but LCD1 is more convenient for me. They're closer, and I've had really good luck with them. And their prices are competitive. I think they're lower on some and slightly higher than others. Alright, let me grab their screen. Let's test this out. Another thing that I'm going to start doing, if people start sending me things without proper descriptions, I'm just going to send them back and be like, I don't know what's wrong with your phone. I had one sent in that had no note or anything. I understand if I talk to you outside of here that you've told me what's wrong with it, but me linking you telling me what's wrong with it to the package I accept a week later, I have no clue. Yeah, they accept PayPal. That's the only form of payment that I pay them through. random ass streams like Batman. I was hoping if we had time today to do a product review, but it doesn't look like that's gonna make it. Alright, so testing touch. See, there's no touch on their screen. I just tested this. I know the touch worked. Like, I have nothing. There's no touch at all. Let's test my screen again. What's up?
Hi, I'm here to make your packages
Disappear?
disappear.
Sweet.
I got you a present. I don't know if you'll like it, but
What is it?
I'm going to tell you.
As long as it's not a turd, I'm good.
It's a turd. It's a lot.
Damn it.
I thought you liked it.
He said, do they accept PP?
We get to leave on time or not.
Yeah, I should.
We could either go to the movie or not. I would like to go to it, but
Is there only one showing or something?
well, there's only 3. There was a 4 something, there's a 7:40, and there's a 10:20. Like, it went from having like 2 showings an hour to
0
3 for the day, or 4 for the day. Is this ready to go? For the no?
Oh.
These are all ready, right?
Yeah, I need to build this one.
Bill?
But the rest of them are ready. Michael, where, do you have that Note 4 board?
Yep.
Let me see that one.
Oh, John came back.
Yeah.
He left.
Okay, so touch works on this screen, but doesn't work on their screen. It's got to be their screen. It works perfectly fine here.
Do you have his email?
Who?
Philip?
Look in the box. Wish my head would stop throbbing. My head's just randomly hurting. It's like a pressure headache. Call him. This one's ready to go back.
We gotta figure out all the donations so we can split.
The stupid Google AdSense thing says that my tax ID number is incorrect again. I'm gonna just call them. It's getting annoying because it says it was good and then it said it was bad again, even though it hasn't changed. Like, it transferred some of the money over. The first time it said it was good, now it's holding everything again. Alright, retest with their screen. If it doesn't work, I'm calling it their screen.
How much does he owe? 60?
Yes.
No shipping.
60 plus shipping, 67. Whatever it is. Anthony, no, they're mailed in.
What was wrong? Was it trust or?
Yes. Well, touch started working on their screen. It's randomly opening shit again. This has to be their screen. Now touch doesn't work again. Okay. Would you say this is their screen, Micah? Every time I put their screen back on, like touches sporadic or it doesn't work at all. So far on mine, I'm trying to get it not to work. Like I want it to be like, hey, I'm not working, but it works every time. So
I'd say it's their screen.
I think it is, but I just want to make sure because I hate getting phones back. Should have checked at the first place, but I thought it was the chip because I knew what chip was on it.
Quit doing that shit, Chris.
You said try a different screen an hour ago? Yeah. Well, the other screen I was using was doing the same thing, but this one is not. Yeah, touch works on this one every time.
Do these go to Freeland or your...
What is it? Those are here. I need to call him actually.
Oh, is it Orson?
Shane at Computer Whispers. Alright, so I think it's screen related on this one. I can press all over the FPCs, doesn't do anything. Tapping the board doesn't do anything. Touch still works. Alright, screen it is. Screen is frailty. The iMac, it's working. We already took it back. Backlight worked, everything worked on it. I was pretty stoked about that one. I was happy it worked. Look there. See that water damage sticker there? I've got an iMac here that I've worked on yesterday. I ran it through the ultrasonic this morning. It was a random no power one. It's been really weird. Sometimes it would boot up, sometimes I'd get a green light and not boot up, sometimes it would boot up and then turn off immediately. Sometimes it would just stay on the orange light. I replaced the ISL 629A on it. Ran it through ultrasonic. I got a green light, but I haven't tested it since. I need to test and see if it's actually booting or if it's just showing a green light like it was before, but not booting. It was a liquid damaged board, but it had very minor liquid damage, which is odd. Like the ISL had no signs of damage around it. There was some damage around one of the LCD, like enable line chips things. It had something to do with the logic for the screen. And I thought maybe that was it, like it was turning the screen off, but the computer is actually shutting down because you'd have to physically boot it back up. Alright, so let's put this thing back together. The Microsoft scammers? Yeah. They call me all the time. I don't know why. I've gotten called from them multiple times lately. I think they just go through the phone book and they'll just start calling numbers in that area. And then they won't call for a long time, and then I'll get like 3 or 4 of them call within a few weeks. I have so many people that come in that have gotten scammed by them, and it's crazy to me.
It is a certified Microsoft tech.
Yeah, certified Microsoft tech. I feel bad for the people that get scammed, but at the same time, I'm like, do you not sit there and think to yourself, like, somebody cold calls you, just calls you out of the blue, and says your computer has a virus? Does that not draw any suspicion in your mind that maybe they're not who they say they are?
I think it would work on older people.
That tends to be who gets fooled, too. It's older people. How's Kenna? She's fine. She's back there laying down. Being grunty as always. We're trying her on several different foods, trying to see if maybe she's bloaty.
She still can't stand bloaty.
I think she's just oldie.
I know, but sometimes it has to be causing it. It's not normal.
She's oldie and bloaty.
I've never had any other dog that.
Her name's Old Bloaty.
I didn't go up to the farm today. I'll go tomorrow. Go see Griffin tomorrow.
Griffin Dork.
Yeah, I got him a bone. Gonna be so excited.
He said, hey lady, I ain't seen you in a while.
Give me that.
Give me that bone.
This wasn't written
When they charge $1,200 to install free software. I always like reading their little batch files that they make and dump onto the desktop. Some of them will read out like all the file tree of the computer. Some of them will actually read out system files and stuff. And I always like to go in and edit their batch files so it'll say stuff that I want it to.
You've already got everything else paid for, right? Except for that one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I just have to send it back to the address on the...
Yes. The ones for Columbus. The big box.
the big box. Okay, no doubt. Or is it not having one?
Huh?
Does the big box not have anything on it?
No, there's no label on it. He messaged me his address.
This is interesting. Nephew was only 1 team.
You want to pay some money? Well, Anthony, we'll get your invoices soon.
How much does he want to pay?
Ashley wants to know how much you want to give us. If anybody has any 6S parts boards that they want to sell, let me know.
Oh, yeah.
Or 6S Plus, either one. I'm looking for NANs particularly, but parts boards in general. Oh yeah, the rat. They have rat stuff on YouTube if you ever watch it. They'll get them to upload and use a rat file and run it on their computer. And then it gives them complete access to theirs. Alright, so now that I have the screen closed, I guess it's closed the cabling down or something. Touch is, well, if it didn't change orientation. Touch is working again. I'm going to go ahead and tell him that I did test it with multiple screens, and the touch on this screen was sporadic. With the other ones it was not, but it's working right now, so. What can you do? Alright, so that one is in the Dunzo area.
Is there one more packing? Is there?
No,
There's not any in the back.
I don't think so.
I thought it was like a 3 or 4.
Maybe, yeah. I've used quite a bit of it though.
Huh?
I've used quite a bit of it though.
I bought our first real baby related thing today.
All that stuff upstairs not baby related?
That's baby related, but it's not like you
I can't
like,
sleep in that bed.
The cats can. They're gonna love it.
New cat bed is huge.
I sent Tracy a message because I wasn't sure about, like, Hillary was like, these diapers look cheap. And I sent it to Tracy and they were super cheap. Like, we got almost 500 diapers for, like, it was $20 a box. So. And I had coupons too, because I'll go there when we need them. That should get us through a week or two, right? 500. I don't think they'll use that.
I don't know how many times can I ship myself in those.
I don't think they'll fit you. It's up to 14 pounds.
Up to 14 pounds of shit in the diaper?
No,
Damn.
that's
Impressive.
It's like 1 pound per year. Me and Hillary had a great date today.
Well, that's nice.
We had breakfast together. I had a scrambled egg with cheese grits.
Went to Waffle House?
No, we went to Coffee and Eggs.
Oh, okay.
That place that I've been wanting to go to ever since I found the business card at Petco. And that's what I told him. I was like, I found, I said, someone dropped your business card in our store. I said, and that's how I knew about you. She was like, awesome.
Oh my god, go on your fucking pad. Stop fucking sticking to everything else that's not where you're supposed to be. Fucking stupid little cap. Now it's got a fiber from something stuck to it, which is gonna wreck it. Woosa, woosa. Making me fucking stress out here. I put leaded solder on those pads, so it should stick to it fairly easy, but just not doing it right now. We'll have to get his information to ship it back to him. I'll get it for you. I'll have to look and see. I don't remember where he messaged me. It took, yes. $1. Anthony's gonna give us $1. Alright, let me go grab a screen. I don't know how that LCD wasn't damaged on that thing.
Yeah.
It was creating messed up. Let's see here. I'm gonna go ahead and put a charge port on this one in case this does somehow work. Okay, so phone's booting up. Yep, no touch. No touch still with that cap placed. Let's see if I can. I'm gonna do an LCD or a battery and a charge port. That way I could disconnect or reconnect. Got a 6S Plus I'll send next time someone brings in a device to Isopropyl. Okay. Appreciate it. I'll cut you a discount on it. Alright, so let's do some voltage testing. I'm fairly confident Grapevine will not be present as always, but we'll check. Prompted to boot. Of course the battery is dead. Let's grab another battery. So disconnect that battery. Reconnect this one. See if this one's charged.
Where'd you say?
That one's charged. Good. Huh?
So on this side, yeah.
Right there.
I thought this would have saved it, 'cause it's on him.
Huh?
I said I thought this would have saved his address.
Alright, let's see. So the Grapevine comes in here, I think. We got 0 volts. Our internal stuff is 0 volts. This line from PMIC is 0 volts. Screen is on. We have no touch. I've injected the voltage and we're getting nothing. There's no boot or anything. I think this is a CPU line. It's got 0.9, which is normal for CPU. But our internal caps, which are internal filtering caps, don't show any voltage at all. So I guess we'll start dicking around with the resistors and see what we find. Huh? Alright, let's look on ZXW and see what we have around that might have something to do with touch. That's a Stockholm resistor. Touch to Mason VCM So we've got a 0 ohm and a 0 ohm. So we should have continuity through these on the side here, which we do. So those are good. Let's do these I2C lines are 1.8K and 1.8K. So let's see if they are reading within spec. If I can get my probes in there, I need to sharpen these some more. Let's see if I can sharpen these probes a little more. Did you already get his info? Let me see if I can get Dan's.
Or is he for that, the timing thing?
Mm-hmm.
How am I supposed to put a shipping thing on there?
You can put it in another box.
I can make it work on that. Or I can just put it in the already box. Or I'll just stick it in there.
Actually, it was on the paperwork inside of it, but there it is. It was on the paperwork inside the box, but that's the address. Let's see if these tweezers are sharp enough now or not. Or
The gadget.
yes.
See, let me help you.
1.8. 1. Well, if I can keep my probes apart here.
I wouldn't trust it. I wouldn't trust that.
1.8. So those are correct.
Yep. Yeah, I wouldn't let them access your computer or anything.
Oh God.
What?
What we were just talking about.
If someone just called.
Huh? I don't think so. I mean,
Let me check this 1V8
honestly, I don't
grape
think
line.
they'd ever call you unless they did. Yeah, they would never contact you out of the blue like that. Yep. No problem. Bye.
There's that.
The guy got a call from someone calling the HP support saying that his computer had malware.
I love
I never heard of HP calling.
for malware.
Malware.
That's a new one. HP's calling people now.
HP's calling people now.
Speaking of the devil, we were just talking about the scammers, and somebody just got a call from an HP support that they had malware on their computer. I doubt.
I've had HP for 3 years. I was like, I don't think they're going to call you after you've had your computer for 3 years without notice saying, hey, you've got malware.
That's really weird. I had 1.8 volts and then it disappeared. Huh. So what makes the 1V8 grape voltage? Because it was there and then just disappears all of a sudden. Looks like it comes from PMIC. See, PMIC's got to be telling, something's got to be telling it to turn it off. Unless PMIC's faulty, I don't think it is. Like when I first tested it there was voltage on the 1V8 grape line. It was 1.8 volts. And then it disappeared and went to 0. What's up, DNM? So let's prompt it to boot again. I'm going to measure it while it's booting up and see if maybe the grape voltage is there too. The 5 volt grape voltage. Yeah, see the 1V8 grape was there. As soon as I probed it, it goes away. They have a pop-up on their website that says beware scammers. Well, there you go. What's crazy is there's nothing you can do about them either. Like, the only thing you can do is report them to the ISP and get the ISP to take down their shit. Like, I have a friend that's a detective, and he gets calls all the time about people complaining about getting ripped off by these guys, and he's like, there's nothing we can do. He's like, we can file a report. That's about it. I disconnected the battery while it was moving. Something's turning it off is why it's going away. So my thoughts are, is there some type of sensor line or data line that the CPU gets that tells it, hey, turn touch on, hey, turn touch off. And if that line is low or not present, it turns off the voltage. See, I have 1.8 volts there. I have 1.8 on the grape. Now it just went off. Like, it was there until, like, it took about 3 seconds, then it shut off. So it's turning off during boot at some point. So without the 1V8 grape line there, there's no data lines that tell CPU, or they don't talk to CPU to tell it what it's doing. So I'm just trying to track down what tells it turn on, what tells it turn off. The only thing that doesn't make sense to me is it's getting the signals to tell it to turn the LCD panel on, but it's getting no signal to tell it to turn touch on, which proximity can disable that, but we don't have a prox sensor hooked up. And the 1V8 voltage feeds the proximity. Like, one of our proximity lines comes directly from the 1V8 grape voltage. We have a 3-volt prox sensor, but that shouldn't matter. Like, those things are secondary. That if the prox sensor is not plugged in, it should never work. Let's see. Let's check these resistors Jessa was talking about. That's the prox cumulus line. That's Stockholm. That wouldn't matter. That's Stockholm. 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 So there's a proximity line under the shielding here. It's supposed to be 100 kiloohms. So let's pull that back and look at it. I mean, the resistor looks fine. I highly doubt it's going to read anything incorrect, but we'll see. Maybe it is bad. Hold on. I don't know. It's reading 98 kiloohms or something like that. So it's supposed to be 100. I would say, being that close, it's probably fine. Let's see what it reads in diode mode and see if we have any low reading. 0.43 and 0.7. So none of those are low. Maybe a false proximity signal. Okay, so Cumulus to prox RX enable comes from Cumulus. Let's see what else we have for proximity. We have Cumulus prox RX 1NV8 enable. We have 3-volt prox con. And that's it. I'm pretty sure that's all it has. We have, here's the data lines for prox. They go to supposedly Cumulus. Let's see. No. What do they go through? Is it a resistor? No, it's another capacitor. So it's got some type of capacitance filtering. Does it ever go to cumulus? It never goes to cumulus. It's just, there it goes. There it's in cumulus. So it's got a couple caps over here that do these components here. This cap, and looks like a resistor maybe. Yeah,
Is that all you
22
got to
kilo ohm. Yeah.
Okay. Then we can go. There's the 22. I got it. Hang on.
Here a minute. Since 7 rolls around. So are we gonna do our own thing?
Yeah, because I don't want to go Nashville. What are we gonna do?
Are we doing lobster or are we doing something else? We can do something else. You want what? You do?
We don't have to go right.
No, we can go.
We can get, you want to see the movie? If you want to see the
Yeah.
movie, we can get popcorn and then eat after.
Okay, that's fine.
Because the movie's at 7:40. Should I buy a ticket?
Are you taking Kenna home then?
I don't know if she'll fit in the car.
You want to take my car?
I can.
Just take my car here.
Okay.
You might have to turn
Then
the
you
head.
have to help me unload everything when you get home.
The headlights you'll probably have to turn on and off a few times so you don't stay on.
Well, that's fun.
Well, the left one. I don't know why. I think the igniter's fucked up on there or something.
Do you need anything out of the car? My car? Okay. Where's my dog?
Which cap are y'all talking about? The small one that I put on?
Where's her?
That cap's fine.
No lead?
No, I don't know where it is.
It
You
wasn't-
took her home last. I don't know what
I
she
know, it
did.
was hanging on the thing.
I didn't see it.
Oh, I hate taking her out. And this is all. Why is it shut up? Why is this all?
I don't know. It always gets twisted. It likes to be twisted.
It's awful.
I agree. 22 kilo ohms.
It must be washed. How is
I really don't think it's proximity related.
this one?
I can't do hardware stuff tonight. We can shut down the stream and start up a new one. And do the review real quick of the board holder. Should be out to the left. Out and to the left, I think. Edge is a yellow cap. Wrong board. What did I just do with the board?
You help me
Here it
carry
is.
some things?
What?
Sure.
Oh, that cap? Yeah, that cap looks like shit. I don't think that cap has anything to do what we're doing, but it does look like shit. Let's see, what is that cap for? That cap is VCC main. Touch API. Okay, this one might be important. Let's see what this one is. It's supposed to be 10.2 ohms. That little resistor there. So let's see if that guy is 10.2 ohms. And 10.5, so that is close enough. Let's see, what do we have here? Cumulus GPIO Touch SPI Clock Sage Boost Enable Clock. What does that go to?
Hey. Hold on a second. Let me get this screen set.
220 kilograms.
Yeah, I'll take PayPal. I'll let them all.
Poop pal. We take all them things.
Is that a touch
Battery
IC?
went dead on it. Yeah, the battery went dead on it.
He's gonna come pick it up here. I'm just gonna give him that side. He's in a rush or something.
Huh. That one's reading
Okay.
off.
So you're just gonna pay for it, or?
Yeah, I can pay. He already paid me. I'll pay you all
Okay.
the money. Hey, I am. Do you know where 440 is? For BNC connections.
It's supposed to be 220. It's reading 117. That could be because it's in circuit, though.
Okay, yeah. If you want to pull up, I'll see you.
Let me remove that little resistor and meter it out of circuit.
Alright, thank you. Sounds good. Okay. The hard drive.
I didn't get around to it just yet.
Yeah, we'll put this on that. Okay, I'll be PayPaling now. No what.
Poop palin.
What's the?
BC connection. BG@gmail.com. No, that reads correct out of circuit. 220 kilo ohms out of circuit. So that's on it.
Rainy days, slow.
Yeah.
B and like the and sign.
Is it
No, just BC.
Yeah, just BC connection. BG@gmail.com.
Friends and family, right?
Yeah.
No text.
Friends, muchos,
Muchachos.
muchachas, hombres. Trump would call us bad hombres.
Okay, I'm gonna do it without the feed. I think it should send it instantly or what? It might.
Yeah, sure.
You send $100 to BNC connections.
No.
No?
Yes. Now you fucked up.
They done fucked up.
Who's BNB connection? $100 Rachel.
Quality Tech Pollutions.
Yeah, man, I'm slow. I'm more slow. No one ever wants to come to my side of town.
No one wants to do anything on rainy days.
Get barred in Atlanta. What? Alright. Let's end this stream. And let's do a quick review of this board holder. So I will be right back with the stream and we'll do a review on this board holder. So check back in like 5 minutes.